So let's take a look at a feature in Ransom Shield called Ransomware Protection. So I like to think of ransomware protection as drive hiding technology. So what ransomware protection will do is it'll actually disable the backup device at all times except during a backup. And the idea being that if a virus attacks the system or ransomware, the drive won't be available for attack. Now, this is a feature that's definitely for security conscious users. And it might seem somewhat complicated, but it really isn't. It's just basically set it and forget it. And it's not necessarily for all users. So let's just go ahead and take a look at our disk management program so we can see what drives are connected to the system currently. And you can see that we've got our internal system drive, which has drive C, and we've got our backup drive, which has drive letter D. So let's open up the backup monitor for Ransom Shield. Now you do that by hovering over the icon in the system tray and left clicking. Now backup monitor allows you to start a backup, it allows you to edit your backup jobs, you can restore data from your backup jobs, view your backup history. There's a number of things that give you access to your backup drive. Now you'll notice at the bottom here it says that ransomware protection is currently turned off, which means that our backup drive is currently enabled. So if we go ahead and toggle this and turn ransomware protection on, you'll notice that the backup drive is now hidden from the system. So if ransomware or some other form of virus were to attack the system, the backup drive would not be available for attack. And if we want to get access again, we just hit this toggle and the backup drive comes back. So you'll notice that the backup drive is currently locked. So normally to get access to a drive that's locked with BitLocker, we would just click on the drive letter, and that would allow us to enter our password to unlock the drive. Now you can also unlock the drive with the Ransom Shield software by clicking on the Access and Restore Data selection here. And you're immediately prompted for a password. And let's go ahead and cancel that just so we can see what our system job looks like here. And if we click on the drive letter that's assigned to the backup drive, you'll notice that the status is still locked. So we can go ahead and unlock here. And now we have access to all the folders and files in the backup. And let's go ahead and close our restore program and come back to our file explorer, and you can see that all of our data is now available. So let's take a look at scheduling an incremental backup. So I think the first thing I want to do here is copy this file that's on my desktop, and let's go ahead and rename this to a big file. Oops. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to verify that this file gets backed up during our incremental backup. And let's also go ahead and turn ransomware protection on so we can demonstrate how the scheduled backup deals with a drive that is currently hidden. Now to create this scheduled backup, we're going to have to go to Add or Edit Backup Jobs. And we're going to edit our schedule. And with our scheduler, we can create daily, weekly, or monthly backups. Let's go ahead and choose Saturday for 10:09, which is in 1 minute. And we can create either a full system or an incremental schedule. So let's go ahead and do an incremental. And our clock here should go off in a couple of seconds to launch our backup. And there the backup drive launched. The backup device was enabled. And here's our backup. You'll also notice that the backup drive was automatically unlocked. Now we do that by storing the BitLocker password in encrypted form, and then that way we can schedule backups to locked drives. Now during the backup we launched a shadow copy here to copy all our open files. Every incremental backup also backs up the registry, and then when the backup is finished, the drive is automatically rehidden. So now our backup drive is in a state where we're no longer vulnerable, and if ransomware were to attack, the backup drive wouldn't be available. So let's go ahead and take a look at the backup we just created. So to do that, we need to go to Access and Restore Data, and we're on our system job here, and the restore program is telling us that the drive is currently protected, so we need to remove the ransomware protection, and that'll get us access to our backup drive, which we can see here in Disk Management. Once we click on D, we see that our drive is currently locked, so we've got to unlock with our BitLocker password. And at this point you can see all the data, and if we go ahead down here to our desktop, which is where we copied that big file, you'll see that that got copied to the backup drive as part of the incremental backup. And all of our data is also now available in our File Explorer. And we can also take a look at our backup history in the backup monitor. And as you can see, I performed a number of full system and incremental backups, and it lists the date, how long the backup took, all the file totals and byte totals, and any errors that would have occurred. Now if we want to edit our backup job, we click Add or Edit Backup Jobs, and we can see our system job here. If we edit, these are all the features that are available. We can create schedules. We can create a boot menu that allows us to boot from the backup drive. We can turn on safe mode booting on the backup drive, or ransomware protection, and we can also exclude all the folders and files that we've identified as not being necessary for the backup process. So internet temp files, there's a number of temporary folders that are all excluded if we choose this option. Now if we go next, we can see our backup schedules and make any changes here. We can unlock or lock our BitLocker encrypted drive. And then also you'll notice that we have a couple other features here for encryption. So we can auto unlock the backup drive when it's connected, and if you do this, you never have to worry about being prompted for passwords. We can lock the backup drive whenever a backup completes, and then we also have an option that will allow us to store the passwords for scheduled backups. So if you want to schedule backups to a locked drive, you need to turn this feature on, and if you turn this feature off, you'll have to manually launch your backups and enter your password. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.